One word to describe Kaitlyn
Clark is doing. She's putting the WNBA first. She's saying, yo.
Kaitlyn Clark finally stood up for herself. No more staying quiet.
Yeah, he had a great run, and it's fun to watch.
I can say she's the best female collegiate player.
From the moment Kaitlyn Clark stepped onto a WNBA court, she sent a message. She wasn't here to ease into the league. She was here to dominate it. Most rookies tread lightly in their first year, trying not to ruffle feathers, slowly building up their confidence and respect. But Clark, she skipped that chapter entirely. She came in guns blazing, drilling logo threes, dropping dimes without even looking, and turning every possession into a highlight. The league didn't need time to notice her. She demanded attention from day one. What makes this even more compelling is that she didn't let last year's noise distract her. She absorbed the pressure, then exploded onto the scene with swagger, poise, and performance. She didn't just join the league, she grabbed it by the collar and made it hers. And in doing so, she showed the world that this wasn't just another rookie campaign, it was the start of something historic. Asterisk, Larry Bird doesn't hand out compliments lightly. Known for letting his legendary game speak louder than his words, the Hall of Famer rarely steps into the spotlight to talk about today's players. But Kaitlyn Clark forced his hand. Her performance wasn't just impressive, it was historic, and Bird knew it. His salute wasn't just a pat on the back. It was a passing of the torch. For someone who helped shape the game in the 80s to publicly acknowledge Clark's rise, that speaks volumes. He saw in her what few possess, not just skill, but the rare ability to change the game. It wasn't casual respect. It was recognition that Clark is doing something no one has seen in women's basketball before. Bird's words added gravity to her ascent and validated her impact in a way that only he could. When Larry Bird speaks, basketball listens, and his praise cemented Clark's arrival as a generational moment. Asterisk Kaitlyn. Clark isn't just a basketball player anymore. She's a movement. Every arena she walks into transforms. The energy shifts. Fans don't just show up, they flock. Tickets sell out. Merch flies off shelves and broadcasts spike in ratings. This isn't just hype. This is what it looks like when someone transcends the sport. Our presence alone elevates games into events, and her performance makes them unforgettable. She's not following a blueprint. She's creating one in real time. Clark has become the reason people watch, not just basketball fans, but casual viewers, celebrities, commentators, and even players from other sports. She's captured the imagination of an entire generation. Her impact isn't just visible, it's palpable. And what makes it truly groundbreaking is that it's happening in a league long overlooked. Clark is single-handedly shifting the WNBA into mainstream relevance. And that kind of cultural lightning doesn't strike twice. Asterisk Stephen A. Smith doesn't usually focus on the WNBA, but Kaitlyn Clark pulled him in without saying a word. When he finally spoke, it wasn't with the usual hot takes or media sound bites. It was admiration. He didn't praise her just for her basketball skills. He celebrated her leadership. Smith recognized that Kaitlyn Clark wasn't just playing for herself. She was playing for the entire WNBA. She made it known. This league matters. She would fight to put it front and center. That's a different kind of power. That doesn't come from stats, but from presence. Smith applauding her meant the sports media machine was waking up. Kaitlyn wasn't waiting to be accepted into the conversation. She was flipping the table and rewriting it. His words validated the movement she's leading and echoed what millions were starting to believe. Kaitlyn Clark isn't just playing the game. She's changing it. Asterisk when Magic Johnson compared Kaitlyn Clark's rise to the movement he and Larry Bird sparked in the 80s, message was clear. This is bigger than basketball. Magic knows what it takes to transform a league. He lived it. And now he sees that same spark in Kaitlyn. Not just in her dazzling court vision or her deep-range bombs, but in how she handles the spotlight. Kaitlyn isn't crumbling under pressure. She's wearing it like armor. She's generating new fans, opening new markets, and lighting up arenas with an energy the WNBA has never seen. When Magic connects your name to a legacy of cultural and financial growth, it means your influence has outgrown the scoreboard. Clark is bringing more than bucket seas, bringing momentum. Her rise isn't just helping her team, it's revitalizing an entire league. And for someone like Magic to say that, that's not an endorsement, it's a historical marker. Asterisk Mike Krzyzewski, or Coach K, has coached the greatest basketball talent of the last few decades, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Steph Curry, and yet, when he talks about Kaitlyn Clark, his admiration is clear. He doesn't just see a shooter or a scorer, he sees a magical passer, player with elite court vision and an innate understanding of the game's rhythm. Coach K praised not only her feel for the game, but also her leadership, her calm under pressure, and her ability to make teammates better. For him to say, "I would have done exactly what her coach did," that's not just agreement. That's a professional nod from one of the greatest minds in basketball history. Clark isn't just another talented player to Coach K. She's someone who belongs in the same breath as the legends he's built dynasties with. That's a testament to just how rare her combination of skill and intellect truly is. Asterisk Luka Doncic doesn't give out compliments for the cameras. He's known for being low-key, focused, and brutally honest. So when someone asked him who his favorite women's basketball player was, he didn't overthink it. He didn't hedge. He simply said, "Kaitlyn Clark." That's it. The whole statement, and yet that one moment said more than an entire interview could. Luka is one of the most intelligent and instinctual players in the NBA. His game is built on feel, on anticipation, on seeing the floor in a way others can't. So when he recognizes Kaitlyn as his favorite, it's not about hype, it's about respect. Luka sees a peer, a player who controls the game, who makes the right reads, who owns every possession like a veteran. When great players recognize greatness, it means something. And for Kaitlyn, it means her game resonates far beyond her league. Asterisk Colin Cowherd isn't just a sports analyst, he's a storyteller, a narrative builder. So when he places Kaitlyn Clark in the same category as Tiger Woods, LeBron James, and Taylor Swift, he's not talking about talent alone, he's talking about impact. Tiger changed golf, LeBron changed basketball, Taylor changed music, and now Cowherd says, Kaitlyn is changing women's sports. She's not just a participant. In her field, she's defining it. Her name sells tickets, boosts ratings, and drives media cycles. She isn't being included in conversations. She is the conversation. Cowherd's comparison wasn't meant to belittle anyone else. It was a spotlight on rarity. Phenoms don't come around often, and when they do, they transform everything they touch. Kaitlyn Clark isn't chasing relevance. She's dragging the entire sport into the spotlight with her bare hands. Asterisk, with all this praise and attention, you'd think Kaitlyn Clark would be riding high. But there's another side to being the face of the league. As Michael Thompson pointed out, Clark isn't just under pressure, she's under surveillance. Every call is analyzed, every foul is magnified. Sometimes the league bends over backward to not look like it's favoring her, which ironically leads to her being judged more harshly. Thompson argued that her recent flagrant foul call was a prime example of an overreaction rooted in fear of favoritism. But through it all, Clark doesn't flinch. She absorbs the criticism and shows up every game like it's business as usual. Because when you're changing a culture, you don't wait for people to get comfortable. You push forward, even when the system pushes back. Asterisk Jeff Teague doesn't sugarcoat. He said what many are thinking, why does Kaitlyn Clark catch so much heat just for being great? Why is her success treated like a threat to others? Teague isn't knocking Angel Reese or anyone else, he's just pointing out the uncomfortable truth. Women's basketball stars are often pitted against each other, as if there's only room for one to shine. Gilbert Arenas took it even further. He said Kaitlyn didn't just become the villain, she owned it. Her confidence, her swagger, the way she waves off defenders and hits logo threes, it rattles people. And it should. Because it's not arrogance, it's earned dominance. Clark is controlling the narrative, the pace, and the scoreboard. She's not just hooping, she's taking over. And whether people love her or hate her, they're watching. Because greatness demands attention. And Kaitlyn Clark has everyone's.
amazing,
Yes.
a beast. She is the truth.
Larry Bird's emotional message left Kaitlyn Clark speechless. In a moment that left the basketball world buzzing, Larry Bird, Indiana legend and one of the NBA's greatest icons, broke his silence to publicly praise Kaitlyn Clark, and his message hit harder than any three-pointer. Known for his reserved demeanor and rare public comments, Bird's heartfelt recognition of Clark's talent wasn't just unexpected, it was monumental.
It's intense. Kaitlyn Clark is off that shit now. She let it all slide the first year. They was pushing her and all that. She like, you know what? I'm here, and this is what it's going to be this year.
What she's doing isn't just impressive, it's historic, Bird said, igniting a wave of respect across sports media. Kaitlyn Clark has taken the WNBA by storm, skipping the usual rookie learning curve and instead kicking the doors wide open. From deep logo threes to magical no-look passes, she's not asking for attention, she's demanding it. Legends like Larry Bird and Magic Johnson aren't just Magic went so far as to say, they changed the WNBA, like we changed the NBA, placing Clark's impact in the same realm as his own generational legacy. Clark's game transcends stats. She's altering the energy of the league, shifting not only how women's basketball is played but how it's perceived. ESPN's Stephen A. Smith, known for his sharp critiques, celebrated her for putting the WNBA first and setting a new tone of pride and accountability.
Kaitlyn
She's elevating the game, Smith emphasized, not just through her on-court dominance, but with poise, leadership, and cultural command. Her influence goes far beyond the hardwood. Whether it's Duke's legendary Coach K admiring her passing vision or NBA superstar Luka Doncic calling her his favorite women's player without hesitation, Kaitlyn Clark's reach has exploded into unprecedented territory. Even media mogul Colin Cowherd compared her presence to cultural icons like LeBron James, Tiger Woods, and Taylor Swift. Figures who don't just dominate, but redefine their industries. Kaitlyn Clark is a phenomenon, Cowherd stated. Meanwhile, commentators like Michael Thompson acknowledged the extra scrutiny she faces from officials and media, suggesting the league may be overcorrecting to avoid favoritism, proof of the immense spotlight on her every move. This is no longer just a rookie story. This is legacy in real time. Kaitlyn Clark isn't waiting to be crowned, she's earning every bit of it, play by play, quote by quote. She's got Larry Bird watching. She's got Magic Johnson reminiscing. She's got Luka Doncic admiring. And above all, she's got the world listening. With history unfolding around her, one thing is clear. Kaitlyn Clark isn't just part of the WNBA's future, she is the future.